record. All right. So, hey, I'm excited to introduce our SimpliMD community to CME Away, a company that I have been on with multiple CME events all over the world. They do a tremendous job. They're one of our supporting partners with SimpliMD, and they actually sponsor our blog. So you'll see their logo if you are checking out our blogs. But a good portion of the team are here, and I'd like them to introduce themselves tonight. We have Denise, Ron, and Kirsten, who are going to tell us a little bit about CME Away. So tell us your roles with CME Away and a little bit about yourself.
Hi, well, I'm Ron Dowick. I'm the owner and CEO of CME Away, and travel has been my industry background, and got involved with medical conferencing in 2014. And I'd say it's probably been the most satisfying part of the travel that I've been involved in. CME Away is a company, and we put together. Our goal is twofold: to put together top medical conferencing for doctors in the medical community, as well as a excellent vacation experience. And we don't want to compromise on either. So a lot goes into making both of those things work well. But that's our goal.
Yeah.
And Kirsten and Denise, I'll turn it over to them. They do our marketing and our product. They're part of the product team.
Yeah, so I myself work with the Medical Board of Advisors to put together the conference component. We recruit the faculty, we curate the programs, and we deliver the presentations to you so that you can follow along in destination. And Denise handles our marketing.
Yeah, so I do the marketing. I also put together the conference materials for all of our attendees, so that way they know in advance what they're doing. And we make sure that along the way, during the trip, they're also having lots of special extra touches. I also work with our sales team, our advisors, and those are the ones that you're going to get to know really well when you're booking your vacations.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can tell you that I've been on 6 trips with CME Away, and I've got 4 pending or coming up. And every one of those experiences have just been top-notch, outstanding experiences. And as somebody who truly enjoys education, as our SimpliMD community knows, we're an educational community for the business of medicine. But I value high quality medical education, and each one of the events that I've been to have just been outstanding. The presenters are great. The interaction is wonderful. You are a Canadian company. I won't hold that against you, but I consider it a value because the presenters are often Canadian in my experience up to this point, although I'm going to break that mold a little bit by being a presenter for you guys in 2025. But it's an international medical community that usually attends these events. And
Yes.
It really is enriching from that standpoint. Has that been your intent all along, to make an international medical experience?
It has. When we took over the business in 2014, it was primarily Canadian doctors and Canadian content. We expanded the travel side of things, but we very quickly realized that there was so much in common in the medical community around the world. And in fact, the opportunity to get together with colleagues, this is the feedback we got, the opportunity to get together with colleagues from the profession, from different arenas, if you like, brought something to the table. And to your point about American doctors, and yes, that's our target right now for a couple of reasons. Number one, all our courses, as you know, are accredited. We get them accredited by the Canadian Association, but we have reciprocal arrangements. So anything that we get credited in Canada is also credited by the American Medical Association, and so that is taken as a given. Secondly, our fastest growing audience over the past year has been American doctors. So they are now by far our second biggest group. And then, believe it or not, Australia is our third, and then the rest of the world, we're smattering from everywhere. But certainly there's no question that our expansion in the States is significant. And we are adding more speakers like yourself, Todd, with disciplines coming out of the different areas.
Yes, which is fantastic. Again, that's what I appreciate about CME Way. Quality vacation experience, quality educational experience combined. I will add the third element that I like as a self-employed doctor is that significant others or spouses get to travel for free, if you will, or companies for free. That does include airline tickets, but yet is a pretty significant savings and a huge win if you want to bring your spouse.
Yeah, and that's not really any tricks involved. The kind of trips we go on, there's very little difference between the price of a single and the price of a double. So we just present it that way, invoice the doctor, because you're really paying for the same whether you bring your companion or not. And that's just part of expressing it in the right way.
Yeah, I appreciate, and again, I appreciate how you guys go about doing that and do it. So you have 4 main types of experiences, if you will. Can you tell us a little bit about what the kind of 4 main categories of experiences you provide?
You want to do that, or you want me?
We started off as strictly an ocean cruise company back in 1995. And so they would take CME hours and they would put them on the sea days of an ocean cruise. Big ships, small ships, but all ocean liners. So we've expanded. We now offer river cruises, which is a smaller, more laid back, a little more luxury, as well as super intense land tours that move around different hotels, different countries even. And then the 4th category is resorts. So that's anywhere from sitting on a beach or sitting in the desert or sitting in a castle. That's kind of add in as much or as little as you'd like to incorporate into your vacation.
Yeah, and I can say that I've done all 4 of those types of experiences and have enjoyed every one of them. They've been outstanding. And I think it depends on what you need at the time, which one is kind of the right one for you in terms of whether you need some time away and just to relax and chill out, or whether or not you need to hit that bucket list and get into the adventure, right? So I think the point is that for the members of our SimpliMD community, there's really a wide slate of options that you can choose. And you guys kind of, I think you keep things about 2 years out, right? It looks like your schedule is literally that far out, right?
Well, we appreciate the planning that it takes to get time off. For a doctor that's committed to a practice or a hospital, and to find replacement time and everything. So yeah, we do try and get things going. 2 years is our starting point out, and then we add the trips as we go. But yeah, that's we're really trying to we're really trying to comply sort of with the needs that are out there. And the other point is we survey all of our trips, not just the medical content to get feedback on that. We want to make sure we're hitting the right points, but we also ask for input about trips. Where do people want to go? What would they like to do?
Duration.
So we're duration. So we're very open. We want feedback. We welcome suggestions, ideas, and collaborations. So
yeah, and I would add that's definitely my experience in all the trips as well in real time. There's a lot of just sort of individualized feedback. The CME administrative team, there's always wanting to make sure everybody's taken care of. They're very available and really make for an outstanding experience. And then the speakers themselves, it's a smaller venue typically. And so the interaction is really not so much just the unilateral communication of information, but really dialogue and communication, which I think also makes for a rich experience.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's part of what's so unique about, sorry. I think that's part of what's so unique about our product is that we're not, a couple thousand people in a hotel conference space, at the Fairmont for a quick weekend, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. We spread them out throughout the duration of the trip, the conference hours, and our groups are anywhere from 15 to 40 docs on average. It's never a big stuffed room. It's always an intimate, a more interactive experience. The speakers allow questions there's very often interactive, engaging components in the presentations. And then, if you have more questions, you have the opportunity to go have drinks or a meal with one of the speakers, because they're, it's a small group learning, and they're very approachable and open. So
yeah, which
it makes our product stand out, I think.
Yeah, I think it does as well. You're exactly right. It's a great experience. So as we kind of wrap up this and kind of help our SimpliMD members know where to find you, Denise, head of marketing, are going to kind of give us the skinny on what if somebody wants more information about this, how can they find CME Away?
Well, thank you so much for asking. We actually have a site that has a listing of all of our trips, breaks it down to the different variety of trips we have. You can search on our website for so many different things that are going to fit what you're looking for. Our website is www.seekcourses.com. And we're also on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, and we're also on Facebook. So there's lots of different places. And when you go onto our website, we actually have an option that you can join our mailing list. And twice a week, we send out features on various trips. And so that's when you can really find out what's new, where we're going, and it gives you a better idea of everything we're doing.
Yeah, and I encourage our members to sign up for that mailing list, because it is great. You guys do a nice job of kind of not too long, not too much information, but just a nice promotion of what trips are coming up ahead. And it's just nice to read about this. I'll take the last few seconds just to plug that I'll be speaking for CME Away in Ireland and a castle in the fall of 2025, but I'm also speaking on an Iceland trip in the summer of 2025. So our SimpliMD members, let's fill those places up and join me as we talk about the business of medicine in those two locations. But there's a lot of other great trips and great experiences that you can choose as well. So I will add that if you do sign up with CME Away, please make sure and let them know that Todd or SimpliMD has referred you. That's in your yacht form, I think it's called, that you use. And so if you do that, that's helpful for us with tracking those referrals for CME Away as well. So thank you for all three of you joining us tonight and telling our SimpliMD community about CME Away. I look forward to additional meetings and perhaps webinars that we can do to inform our community.
For sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for your
you.
time, Todd.
Thanks, everyone.